necklace. It's someone, this is somebody different coming through, but it feels like she knows him a little. Like I feel like there's a connection there.
Mhm.
Now, uh, she's very. You have a few people here. You also have a friend here that wants to talk to you, but I think I think your mom is trying to talk to you and talk to you about being there with him. It feels like they're together and they've reconnected, and so they they're there's a lot of real heartache here and a lot of heartache for you.
Mhm.
And what you went through in your life was also very difficult. And you had different people that absolutely truly loved you. And that was the difference between you and him. But still, you needed your mom and she wasn't there. And so you grew up not knowing, like, not you a little bit, but then, you're raising your kids now, and she says that you are doing an amazing job, that you are an amazing mom. And she says that she fought battles that were really difficult, and she says she was always trying to do better or feel better, but it was very hard for her, because she never thought she deserved good things either. So there were a lot of things about her that were sad, and she says that she keeps holding her neck the necklace. So I don't know if you have something of hers or if there's a charm or something, um because she keeps doing this with like
Yeah,
my
no, I have a
chain.
necklace on, but it's an aquamarine, and my
Okay.
mom didn't buy it for me or anything like that.
Did she have something that you have of hers? You may not wear it, but you may have it of hers.
Of my mom's,
Yeah.
I literally have nothing of my mom's,
Um do you have
unfortunately.
It's sad, but do you have a cross from someone? Like someone like like a
I have a
did
cross
somebody
from my grandmother,
okay. Now, is your grandmother your mom's mom or your
my
dad's
mom's
mom?
mom.
Your mom's mom. Okay. So she's is your grandmother passed?
Hmm.
They're both there together. So your mom and your grandmother and your brother. Now there was a lot of anger and arguing with your mom trying to do what was right for her kids, but she kind of didn't know what to do. There were things that she messed up with, she says. And she tried to be a good mom. She really did. But she wasn't really capable of giving all that she could. And she feels very badly about this. She feels like she owes that to you, or she owes you um an explanation, or at least so that you know that she really truly loved you, and that leaving you was not this was not something that she wanted to do. But there's so many bad decisions and things that affected your life, and it's like she couldn't let go of the demons. It was so hard um for her, and yet she says I didn't think about you. And that's why I was not capable. She feels like you are the mother you deserved. You are the mother to your children that you deserved for you. And you had people that cared about you and loved you, and you felt loved. But when she passed, it was kind of like it was so hard to understand why. And she is saying that she's sorry because she should have been stronger. Um, she says that she made bad choices too. She says that she wasn't always the person she should have been. She says that you have made things so much better in your life, but you also had a tough go. Like you had ups and downs too. And a lot of that was because um, you didn't have the same, you have a good, she says you have a good person in your life who is supportive and understanding, and he loves you and he's crazy about you. And like that is something that she didn't have. Um and it was, if it was, it was toxic. She had a lot of relationships that were toxic, she says. But she also feels like she let you down. So my feeling is that she says I need to apologize, but I also know that you remember me and that you talk about me and that you try to understand me. And there was a time in your life where you felt like, how did everything fall apart? Because when you had your own kids, you didn't think about yourself. You started thinking about them first. And it was hard for you to understand how a mother couldn't do that. And she feels like she didn't always put you first. And she feels like that was her mistake. She's she's a very loving person, you know? She has a big heart. She just had a lot of stuff going on and a lot of problems. And she also had depression and she had anxiety and she had all this stuff, but it just feels like she couldn't get ahead. So she's kind of like explaining, she says, I wish that I was in a better place. I wish that I was in a better place for you. It it was kind of like her, she says, um, was she feisty? Was she feisty and opinionated and kind of like, she's gonna tell you what it, yeah.
Mhm.
And she didn't put up with anybody's shit. And if she did, she wasn't gonna do it again.
Yeah.
And she's like, probably swearing up just as much as your brother. But she was like, she's so funny because she just came in with all that. She's like, all right, I said I'm sorry. But she's like, she did not, she says she didn't give a shit about people that didn't give a shit about her, and she was fine with that. And she says that you grew up sort of feeling emboldened to be like that as well, but you have a better way about you. She's like, I would say shit that would cause arguments. She's like, I would like walk in a room and I could piss anybody off. She says, I had this way about me where I didn't care. And she said sometimes it was even fun, especially with your grandmother. Um, she just picked things. Um, she did things to annoy her mom. She really did, and her family, I guess. Um, but she says that you have a better life. You have a good life, and that's something that she's very proud of. She says that you've overcome a lot, and that stuff she could never overcome, you've proven to be um you worthy. She says you don't put up with shit either, but you're nicer about it. So, um, now she and your brother are kind of like trying, well, they're together. So they sort of drive each other crazy, but they also are much a part of your life. Your mom says that you bought an ornament for her. She says that there's like an angel. You have an angel somewhere.
Mhm.
Um that she's always watching over you. Your daughter is feisty, she says, that she has some of the same fire in her. So she's like, yep, she's got a big personality and
Sure
she loves,
do.
she's like very smart. She's got it all together, she says, and she's going to keep you on your toes. I don't know if there's a date coming up or if someone has like a birthday or a celebration coming up, or if she's talking about like, because she's showing me a cake. So is there
That's
someone
for
that's,
today.
oh, somebody has a birthday today?
It's my mom's birthday and my brother Joey's birthday today.
Oh my gosh. So um she's showing me a cake and she is telling me that um she knows that you think about her, that these are important days for you. And but she also, you deserved more. more time. She adores you. She just thinks you're an amazing person. She can't believe that you're her daughter because you are smart and you do things that are, constructive. And she's like, I don't know where you get that from. So, um, she's grateful though that you had people in your life that cared for you and loved you, and that was really important to her. Um, she says that she died. It was very quick. It wasn't like um, she may have been sick, but I feel like it went quickly, like almost like she went downhill very fast.
Mhm.
So either there was something that happened and then she was like not well, but it feels like everything went fast and there wasn't a lot of options or opportunity for her to get better.
Mhm.
So it feels like it was just a lot of pain and sadness. So, but she is excited that today's her birthday and that you get to talk to her. And she says that your brother is still here, the one whose birthday is today.
No, that's the one you talked
That's
to.
your brother that's over
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
That's crazy. They have the same
Mhm.
birthday.
Mhm.
Wow. Well, you know, they are partying it up there. But I can see the similarities between them too, and how like they had this, all the mental illness that you're studying is like right off from your family. They're like the poster child for anxiety and depression and sadness and just blaming others and all the things that they did. But your mom is she's a piece of work, and she is like she's honest to a fault, and it really feels like she is so incredibly proud of you, but also she's also saying like, I screwed up my life too. I did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done. So there's a lot of that there of her admitting that, but she also feels like the one thing that she wanted to be was a good mom. And she hopes that while she was here, she was okay. But she sees you as a mom and she says, I wasn't as good as you. And she says it's hard to understand how somebody that did not have the mom they deserves becomes the mom that they deserve. So she says you've come so far and she's so grateful. Um is your husband somebody who like is he does he joke around like prank and stuff? Is he like
Yeah.
funny?
Yeah.
And she really likes him. Um kind of like
She would have
you
loved him.
Yeah, I mean, he's like he's good because she says that he's like, brush it off. Let's just let it go. Like he's sort of um that that guy that sure, if you're upset about something, he'll, listen and everything, but he's more the guy like, all right, let's just shake it off. Let's just do something else. Let's just try this. But he also agrees with you about a lot of things, and so she feels like that somebody at least got it right. So you got it right. Um, she says that now was there somebody else before your husband, or have you been, or has he been your husband forever?
No, my daughter is not my husband's. So
Okay.
I did have a baby with someone else. Yeah.
It does feel like he loves her like a daughter. So it feels like there's some
Mhm.
um you know she says that your daughter she's also very fiery, and like she does say and do things that are like right off her top of her head, but he's very patient with her. And if there's something going on in her life and she's not happy, it, and he knows it because you're not happy. So he sort of is a balance between all of this. And
Mhm.
so it's a good thing. And that's kind of what she's saying, that, after your first experience, it was hard because you didn't want to go the same route that she did. And you found yourself somewhere that there was not, there wasn't really love there. So, you had to learn how to, um, that you deserved more, basically, is what she's saying. Um, Although she does say there was love there in the beginning. People change. She wasn't happy with him. She never met him, but she was not happy with him at all.
Makes a lot of sense.
Uh-huh. And I feel like she probably put some things like right in your path so that you would know that he was not who he said he was.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, um, it's interesting. Yeah. She's like, you're not, she's like, listen, no one's going to get away with hurting my kid. Okay. And I'm going to show their true colors if anything happens. So I may not be there physically, but I'm there and I'm not going to let anybody fuck with you. So, and I wouldn't fuck with her either. She's a
No,
riot.
yeah, no.
I,
She's like 5'1", and we literally used to say that like she can make the Pope want to punch you. The stuff that she's
oh,
able to say, and
yeah.
but she was just like that. Yeah, no, she was something else for sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, the fact that, she's not weak and she's not like, oh, honey, like, that's not her. She's just
No.
like, I'll fucking kill the person that hurt you. I will fucking kill them. Like,
Yes,
that's how I feel. And I've
yeah,
never had a mom come through like that. So I feel like she's just like,
yes.
she's on fire. She's not going to let anybody, even his father, she's like, I knocked him around too. He's a fucking asshole. Like, she's
Hmm.
like, yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't healthy. But if he thought he was going to get away with that shit, forget it. And so there was a lot of back and forth there. And
Oh yes.
um, there was a lot of passion, but there was a lot of like, actual fighting. So she's like, I'm not a fucking victim. She swears a lot. And I love that. She's like completely off the rails. And I love it. Um, she's proud of you. She wants to make sure that you know that you are better than she was, but you're a parent that you care about your kids, and she cared about her kids too. She just was like ready to fight whoever was going to mess with her. And she feels like she says, you deserve good things. You deserve happiness. You know, um, you changed your life for the better. You become the person that you always needed in your life. And she says, and that's huge. So I couldn't really do that. Your brother couldn't do that. Your father, is he still here, your dad?
No, he's passed.
Okay. Well, they're funny. Um, he's more like even like this. Like I feel like he's more of an even temperament. Like he's not uh excitable. Like he's not like in your like I feel like he's just the calm.
Yeah, not as much as her. Yeah, she was
Right.
crazy.
She was crazy, but he's just like, all right, we're just gonna let her calm down. Like he's just very like this. And he says, he says that, well,